Jesus Christ.
Go to uncutsports.com, and while you're at it, go to Facebook, because all you guys fucking are on Facebook all day fucking long. So guess what? We have a group page on Facebook, but guess what we did, George? We made a fan book page on Facebook too. You guys are probably like, whatever, Kevin. But anyway, it's facebook.com/Uncut Sports. Did I do that right?
That's better.
Okay. For all you people that want to see me as a black leprechaun, click here. Anyway, let's talk about the upcoming boxing match. Bernard Hopkins versus Chad Dawson. Although
I'm shocked that a dude named Chad Dawson's black to begin with, to be honest, because
there's
I
not
figured,
too many brothers named Chad.
No, and on top of that, I figured you were cousins to Dawson, that dude on Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
But
Now,
anyway, for you guys who don't remember, the first time these two squared off, the match lasted all of 2 rounds because Mr. Dawson scooped Bernard Hopkins up, dropped him on the shoulder. Bernard Hopkins said, "Me no fighty no more." He tapped out.
And that was it.
Now, turns out there was some structural damage to the shoulder, though. So
it was, and everybody thought that basically, first they called it that, Dawson was going to win the fight.
To be honest, with a man as old as Bernard Hopkins, he should be happy he didn't break a hip, shatter a shoulder.
Yeah.
Bones get brittle when you hit.
They do get brittle. I mean, I know. I've had like 1,800 surgeries.
Titanium, but
yeah, I'm like a robot. I'm a cyborg up in this mug. But it's funny because the last time these fellas met was in October of last year. If you look at it on paper, Chad Dawson is faster. He's got great footwork. He's younger. He's going to have better endurance.
Maybe.
Well, and more. I mean, at 29 years old, he's going to have better endurance than a 47-year-old Bernard Hopkins.
But see, and this is my limited boxing knowledge coming in, with the style of fighting that Bernard Hopkins does, I don't think he needs a lot of endurance.
And that's exactly.
He doesn't go out there and exert himself. He's not going to push it. I mean, and what I mean by push it is give you an up-tempo. If he throws, 40, 50 punches around, that's considered extreme output for Hopkins.
It is. And George is exactly right. I mean, the bottom line is no one picks Bernard Hopkins to do shit at his age. I mean, he's an incredible boxer, but he has such good ringmanship. I mean, he basically controls the ring. Mm-hmm. He makes you fight his fight. He did it with Pascal, who beat Dawson. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and he sat there and beat a young Pascal in his home crowd. I mean, he can dictate a fight. He has such experience at learning how to control the ring. And if he slows it down and gets past the first 4, 5, 6 rounds, you could see him getting a decision over this kid.
And I think
because he'll frustrate him.
Yeah, that's exactly what Kevin would have said. Because I can tell you right now, looking at this, if I had to fight Bernard Hopkins, I just wouldn't do it. He can keep the belt. I'll just wait because I couldn't fight somebody who fights like that.
Yeah.
The 2-3 punches kind of keep it close. We're rubbing heads together. All it would literally piss. It pisses me off to watch it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. It's funny as you say that because George is hard on that shit. But I tell you what, even most boxing enthusiasts and people who are loving and they'll say the sweet science and this is part of the sport. Yeah, I know. I love Bernard Hopkins. I love the fact that he's 47 years old and he's the light heavyweight champion. That shit is fucking crazy. But it will be a boring fight more than likely. You know what I mean? It will be. It'll be very technical and slow.
If Hopkins wants to win the fight, he needs it to be a boring fight.
He needs it to be that way.
Yeah, he can't go out there looking to outgun this kid. Now, let me ask you a question.
You could ask me a question, man.
With the one sport that you and I have been thrusted into and have followed a lot and read up a lot about.
Right.
I'm looking at Hopkins' age, and I don't know about you, but the first thing that pops into my head is testosterone replacement therapy.
Right.
We have never heard about it in boxing. That's not to say it's not, because I'm assuming the athletic commissions for boxing might be the same group of people who oversee MMA.
Right.
So with that said, and Hopkins all of a sudden, I don't want to say out of the blue, but had a late resurgence into his career. All of a sudden, he kind of rises from the ashes and beats guys he shouldn't beat.
Who, Hopkins?
Yeah.
Hopkins is never going to get popped for PEDs. Boxing, they're tough on PEDs. I mean, they do Olympic style testing and stuff. They are definitely. No. They can say all. What are you getting at? I'm sorry.
What I'm trying to say is I'm not saying he's abusing it, but at 47, let's face it. If boxing, I don't know what boxing is.
Right.
What if they have a 6-1? What if he's because let's face it, at 47 years old, he's not.
If they're allowing you to do that. Use it with if you have a.
Even if you get a therapeutic exemption.
Yeah, I don't know if they allow you to have a TUE. That's a therapeutic exemption.
Because we learn they have them in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. But boxing, there's just too many issues. And you know what's funny? I don't see how it really benefits the way that Bernard Hopkins fights. It's not, you know.
But it could keep him going longer.
It could keep him going longer.
I mean, look. I'm not trying to doubt it, and I'm sorry,
I don't see Bernard Hopkins. He just doesn't have the physique for it. He trains hard. He's got great work ethic. They make these guys piss in it. I mean, you see how it is. The shit with Mayweather and Pacquiao and they will get you quick. They got Mosley quick, and he was like, "Yeah, I did it. Fuck it."
I'd just be interested. I mean, if anyone knows anything about it, I'd love to know, or just point me in the right direction.
Yeah, because I know some of you boxing enthusiasts that ride our fucking. You just give us a hard time.
They hate me. They love you.
Well, I don't know why they love me because I'm not. I tell them right off the bat, and then someone will come to defeat me. I'll be like, I am not a boxing fucking expert, and someone will be like, man, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. What the fuck, man? Goddamn! And I'm like going, I told you, motherfuckers, I'm not a boxing expert.
See, that's one thing I want to ask you because I was thinking about this today.
Yes.
With the title like expert, to me, that is a title you earn. That is something you can't anoint to yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's funny that these people automatically assume just because we're sitting here on this side of the mic that we know more than you.
Yeah.
I don't know any more than a Google search than you do. It's just that I'm smart enough to know how to fucking use Google, and I'm not half fucking retarded and know how to type with the fucking caps lock button off and realize I'm not coming to YouTube to find a fucking fight.
You tell him, George. Now, and the thing is, too, is if you're a reporter and you're reporting a certain sport, then you become an analyst of that. Yes. You report it, so you become I mean, everybody who does things gets things wrong. If you watch your major sports network, whether it be Fox Sports, ESPN News, or whatever, those analysts constantly get shit wrong.
And you know what the beautiful thing is? You don't have to ever participate in any of these sports that can be considered an expert.
Exactly.
Ask John Clayton. Do you think John Clayton's ever done anything but play with his dick?
Yeah.
In his entire life. They got some fat Jabba the Hutt looking cat on ESPN who's a boxing analyst. The only thing that dude boxes is other people at the grocery store so he can get his hands on them rankings and them Oreos.
Preach on.
So we're not experts. We're not pretending to be experts. If you view us as experts, I appreciate the compliment. I'm an expert at two things: video games and porn. Past that,
self-pleasure. Is that what you put?
No, I just said porn. I didn't say.
We're going to move on to